Courtney and I corresponded in the midst of all the why questions. It was her desire that everyone here know two things. First, that this world is not all God intended for us, like I have to tell you that. And secondly, that we can have hope and peace, knowing there's a future with Jesus in eternity. And so I read just two verses, which highlight the gospel of grace. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith. This is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. When I read those words, I think to myself, if anyone anywhere could stand before God and say and boast, look at all I've done. Look at all I've accomplished, all the awards, all the honors, all the positions and titles, all in just 44 years. It would be Petty Officer, First Class, husband and father, Michael Thomas Horan. Now, don't get me wrong, it's right that we highlight and honor Mike for all these amazing things and a whole lot more that haven't been told today. It's just that this grace gospel makes this incredible claim that we, that is none of us, are accepted by God because of the stuff we do, no matter how great it is. Not Mother Teresa, not Billy Graham, certainly not me, and not even Mike. The words we just read are quite clear. Not by works, not from yourselves. Rather, it's a gift of God. Salvation by grace. Now, at first glance, everybody loves grace, right? Who doesn't love grace? We say, just extend some grace. We sing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. But consider for a moment what grace implies. The gift of grace implies I need grace. That on my own, I cannot earn God's approval, God's acceptance, not even His forgiveness. Grace implies all have sinned and fallen short of God's glory. You see, that's the problem. The standard is God's glory, His holiness. And no matter how much good we do, no matter how good you are, it can't match God. You may be better than most, Mike sure was, but it's still not good enough. And many struggle with this. If I need grace, that implies I'm not in control, but I like being in control, or at least to think I'm in control. I control my destiny. I can save myself by believing in myself. I like to think I am strong enough, I am smart enough, I am right enough, I am good enough. That's how most people lean. The way good people connect with a good God is by being good, or at least more good than not. Of course, there's always the question, how good is good enough? So that's one thing grace implies. Grace is necessary. I stand in need of it. So maybe that's why not everybody loves grace. But here's the great news about grace. While it tells me I cannot save myself, it shouts, I don't have to. For what Jesus did what you and I can't do, what we couldn't do. As we read earlier, Jesus died for us. No greater love. Actually, it says, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So here's the bottom line. Grace means to believe. To believe God's gift of Jesus. See, not only to believe in God, but to actually believe God. That He, God, so loved the world that He sent, that He gave, that's the grace part, His one and only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. You see, this world is not all there is. Grace by simply believing. Most people assume we climb ourselves up to God. Grace reveals God the Son came down to us. I could keep going, but it doesn't get any clearer than where we started. For by grace you are saved through faith, through believing. It is not of yourselves. Perhaps the verse quoted most often at funerals are words from Jesus Himself after He performed His greatest miracle. He said, I am the resurrection and the life. He, she, who believes in me will live, even though he dies. And then Jesus asked one question. Do you believe this? For grace believes. Today we remember Mike Horan, a truly remarkable man, a hero in every sense of the word. Indeed, the words at the end of Mike's obituary ring true. The loss of Mike Horan echoes through the Coast Guard, law enforcement agencies, this community, and the nation. Mike's humor, his love of life, his passion for family and friends are his legacy. The world has lost a truly good man, a great cop, and a shining example of a coastie. So today we do both. We honor Mike, who gave his life for us. And we exalt Jesus, who gave his life for us, for our forgiveness, that by grace we may live with him forever. This world is not all that there is. Pray with me. My Father and my God, I thank you that you put eternity into the hearts of men and women, that there's something deep within us that we know there's more. I thank you for the grace that you also gave, that we can know what that is. Thank you for this time around these two verses. Again, I pray in my Savior's name. His name is Jesus. Amen. Chief.